Hello students, up till now you have equipped with many important methods of integration like integration as inverse process of differentiation, integration by substitution, by parts, by partial fraction and many identities as well. Now we are left with certain types of integrations in which we will use these methods that we have already studied. So in the sequence today I am going to explain a very important integration where we will use the method of integration which is by parts. Here is a function in front of you. It is integration of fx plus f dash x into e power x dx, which gives us directly the result as fx into e power x plus c. Yes, it is very simple to prove. Let me prove it for you. This can be easily done by using by parts. So how to do it? Let us multiply this e power x inside this bracket. So we'll be having e power x fx, this is one part of integration, plus e power x into f dash x dx. So we are getting two parts of this function after multiplying e power x inside. Now let us leave this part as it is and let us apply by parts method of integration in I1. Let me name it. Okay, so here as we know, by parts is first function into integration of second minus integration of differentiation of first into integration of second. So we know very well that first function is going to have differentiation. So here we don't know what is fx. Okay, so we need to decide that which function, either fx or ex, means which one we should take first and which one we should take second. Likewise, according to Eilert अगर हम सोचें, then e means exponential function is the last function. So whatsoever is this fx, according to Eilert rule, e power x should be the second function. This is one logic. Next one is we need f dash x over here. To simplify these two things, we can solve it only after when we are getting f dash x after getting integration of this, and this is only possible when we are getting differentiation of this fx. So by both the logics, let us take fx as first function and e power x as the second function. So using the same, first function into integration of second minus integration of differentiation of fx, that is f dash x, integration of second and the whole integration, plus there is no change in another part, e power x f dash x dx. Now have a look on these two parts. What are you finding? You will find that these two parts are equal, e power x f dash x dx, e power x f dash x dx with opposite sign. So these two will be cancelled out. So you are left only with this result, which is equal to e power x fx plus c. So therefore we can write the result of this type of integration when there is addition of a function with its derivative and e power x is multiplied with both of them. Then directly the result can be written as fx into e power x plus c. Now let me take more problems to explore this relation of integration. So in this question it is clear that if sin x is one of the function, then we know the derivative of sin x is cos x, which is present over here. So it is clearly fx plus f dash x into e power x dx. Okay, so there are two methods to attempt this question. This is this question is carrying only 1 mark. So if it is MCQ, then directly you can choose the result as e power x sin x plus c. Okay, if you need to solve it, means you have to give the solution of this. Then there are two options of doing this question. First option is just you will write using result integration of fx plus f dash x ex e power x dx is equal to e power x fx plus c. We are getting, let us name this as I. So we are getting I is equal to e power x sin x plus c. So this is one of the method in which you will write the identity, the result that is directly we have considered, and using this we are finding out its result. And second method is just solve it as we have done earlier, means like write it as e power x sin x dx plus e power x cos x dx. Now as we know that cos x is the differentiation of sin x, so this part will remain as it is, and let us use by parts in this part as we have done just now. So here this is first function and here it is second function. So is equal to first function into integration of second minus integration of differentiation of first into integration of second dx, and there is no change in this part, it is remain as it is, that is e power x cos x dx. Now clearly these two parts get cancelled and we are left with e power x sin x plus c. Okay, so in this way or in the previous way you may attempt the question in any way, and if it is MCQ then you should remember the result and you just need to think that which part out of these two is the differentiation of other, and then easily you can find out the result of these type of problems. Let me take next example. Here in this problem e power x is multiplied by the addition of two functions. So we need to check whether one of them is the differentiation of other or not. So we know that derivative of secant x is secant x into tan x, which is not present over here. Now let us check what is the derivative of log secant x plus tan x. For that let us calculate its derivative. d by dx of log secant x plus tan x is equal to 1 upon secant x plus tan x, and according to chain rule derivative of secant x is secant x into tan x and tan x derivative is secant square x. So clearly when you will take secant x common out of this, you will be left with tan x plus secant x, which is same as in the denominator, will cancel out and you will be left with secant x. So clearly this portion, this function is having its derivative with it in the question. So this is our fx and this is our f dash x. Okay, so what to do? We'll apply the same. Let us name this as I. So using I is equal to multiplying e power x inside the bracket e power x sec x dx plus e power x log sec x plus tan x dx. Now it is clear that we need to use this part for using by parts because this is f dash x. So keeping this part same, this function as it is, plus using over here this is first function, this is second function. So clearly first function is log secant x plus tan x into integration of second minus integration of differentiation already we have calculated. This is secant x into integration of second dx. So and plus c we can write over here. So clearly these two e power x sec x dx get cancelled and we are left only with the result, that is log secant x plus tan x e power x plus c. So I hope you understood that how to check that which portion is the derivative of other. Either it is very clear, or you may find out by calculating differentiation of the two functions and find out which one is the derivative of other. Now let's take another problem. It is 1 minus sin x root of it upon 1 plus cos x into e power minus x upon 2 dx. The main question that arises in our mind is that how to identify that given problem is of which type. So to identify these types of problems that we are discussing in this video is, if e power any variable, like here minus x upon 2, and previous questions it was e power x, is there with some other function, then chances will increase of this type of question. Now how to identify, how to make it sure that the problem is of this type. So for that there is no need to do anything with this e power minus x upon 2. Just think about this function. And you know very well, and you have done these type of problems in your differentiation, in your inverse trigonometry, that how to simplify these types of trigonometric functions. What to do? 1 minus sin x square root of 8 can be written as, first of all let us simplify this thing by changing 1 into cos square x by 2 plus sin square x by 2, and sin x as 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2 and root of it. Now it is clear to you, this is nothing but simply cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2, because whole square a square plus b square minus 2ab is the identity. So a minus b whole square, root sign get cancelled, and we are left with cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. So this term can be written as this. And again 1 plus cos x is very well known identity for you, which is 2 cos square x by 2. Okay, let us separate these two portions now. So square root of 1 minus sin x upon 1 plus cos x can be written as cos x by 2 upon 2 cos square x by 2 minus sin x by 2 upon 2 cos square x by 2. And further simplifying it, we are getting 1 upon 2 sec x upon 2 minus 1 upon 2 tan x upon 2 into sec x upon 2. Now you know very well that sec x upon 2 is having its derivative as 1 upon 2 into tan x upon 2 into sec x upon 2, and e power minus x upon 2 is present in the question. So I think now it is clear that this question is of the same type that we are discussing in this video. So therefore I is equal to integration of half secant x upon 2 minus half tan x upon 2 into secant x upon 2 e power minus x upon 2 dx. So as half tan x upon 2 into secant x upon 2 is the derivative of secant x upon 2, clearly this is fx and this is f dash x, and we know we need to use by parts in the portion e power x fx. So using this portion, first of all separating the two, so integration of 1 upon 2 secant x upon 2 into e power minus x upon 2 dx, and minus 1 by 2, let us take 1 by 2 inside the bracket for this step, x upon 2 into e power minus x upon 2 dx. So it is now using by parts over here. This is first function and this is second function. So it is, first function is 1 upon 2 secant x upon 2. Let us take this 1 upon 2 outside. So it is first function into integration of second. Clearly the integration is e power minus x upon 2 into minus 2, because in upon we are having minus 1 upon 2, so I have taken this minus 2 over here. Okay, minus integration of differentiation of this portion, which is clearly 1 upon 2 secant x upon 2 into 10 x upon 2. Again the integration of this portion, which is clearly minus 2 into e power minus x upon 2 dx, and no change over here in this portion. It is minus integration of half 10 x by 2 secant x by 2 e power minus x upon 2 dx. Okay, now let us simplify this half. So we are getting minus e power minus x upon 2 secant x upon 2 over here, and here we are getting minus 1 by 2. It should be positive because one negative is here and one negative is inside the bracket sign. So it is plus 1 by 2 secant x by 2 into 10 x by 2 into e power minus x by 2 dx, and here minus integration of half of 10 x by 2 secant x by 2 secant x by 2 into e power minus x upon 2 dx. So clearly these two portions will cancel out and you are left with the result, which is minus e power minus x upon 2 secant x upon 2 plus c. Here you can use plus c as well. Okay, so this is the way to identify the problems. So here is the next question in front of you. Again, e power x is multiplied by this function. So it indicates that this is also of the same type of problem. But the problem only is in numerator we are having 1 plus x and in denominator we are having 2 plus x whole square. So this type of problems you have solved in previous exercises also. That in such type of problems we need to create the same term in the numerator as in the denominator, and it is very easy for you only by adding 1 and subtracting 1 over here. Okay, so first of all let us take only this portion. Okay, so let us name this integrand as I, and taking this portion only 1 plus x upon 2 plus x whole square. This can be written as by adding 1 and subtracting 1, 2 plus x upon 2 plus x whole square minus 1 upon 2 plus x whole square. So you are left with 1 upon 2 plus x minus 1 upon 2 plus x whole square. Now if you remember, what is the derivative of 1 upon x? It is minus 1 upon x square. So for 1 upon 2 plus x, the same. We are having the derivative minus 1 upon 2 plus x whole square. So therefore it is fx and this is f dash x. So you can easily now solve this problem. I is equal to 1 upon 2 plus x minus 1 upon 2 plus x whole square into e power x. So now proceeding in the same way, we are having e power x into 1 upon 2 plus x dx as one part, and second part is e power x into 1 upon 2 plus x whole square dx. Now as 1 upon 2 plus x whole square is the differentiation of 1 upon 2 plus x, so clearly this is fx. So either using identity, write the identity and write down the result directly, or as I have told you, simplify it, find out its integration by using by parts and cancel out. You will get the result as e power x into 1 upon 2 plus x plus c. So simplify in any way, as I told you, suggested you the two methods. Now look at this problem. This is a very interesting problem. Let us think that what should we do for this problem. First of all, if we think about substitution, no way, we can't substitute directly anything, because we are not having direct derivative of any of the term, neither of log x nor of 1 plus log x whole square. Second is, let us think about by parts. Directly if you think about by parts, again there are no two such type of functions that we can name first and second and we can find out differentiation, integration. Now let us think for the third option, that is partial fraction. Again partial fraction is not feasible. So what to do? For this type of problems where you are having number of terms in the log, then just go for the method to substitute only log x as t. Okay, and instead of calculating direct derivative, taking e power on both sides. We know very well that e power log x is equal to e power t, we can write over here after taking e power on both sides. Now you know the property of log, that e power log base 2 ex is x simply, and here it is e power t. Now calculate dx. It is e power t dt. So have you observed the change? Instead of calculating 1 upon x dx is equal to dt, we are taking e power to both and then we are calculating dx. Now let us substitute these values over here and let me name this integrand as I. So I turns to integration of log x means t upon 1 plus t whole square into e power t dt in place of dx. So now I hope you understood what to do. This is very same as just we have done in the previous example. Add 1 and subtract 1, separate the two, then one term, that is minus 1 upon 1 plus t whole square will be the derivative of 1 upon 1 plus t. So move in the same way and solve the problem. So I hope you understood the concept very well. Here we didn't use any new method of integration, just we use by parts to simplify these problems. Only the thing that we need to identify is whether the function is of the type fx plus f dash x into e power x dx or not. If it is of this type, then you can do it very easily. So just only the thing to identify the problem, as in starting of the integration I told you that the integration is not tough. It is just on the basis how easily you can identify the problem. Okay, so do more problems on the same topic and keep learning. Stay tuned.